The Superwoman Survival Guide is not a book about fundamentally changing who you are, but changing the way you think about who you are. Freeing yourself from this superwoman ideal, this pursuit of perfection that we find ourselves in, and tapping into what makes you amazing just as you are. Because the superwoman complex is something that leaves us feeling like we're failing, like we don't quite measure up. It's a concept that's often unrealistic, that we see in the movies, and something we then try to emulate and wonder why we fall short. As women, we are all very busy. We're busy trying to strive in our careers, with our families, the way we look, our health, our social life, you name it. There are so many plates that we're spinning, and a lot of the time we find that some of those plates can get a bit wobbly because we're trying to do everything and we're trying to do it all perfectly. So if you're sick of feeling overwhelmed, overscheduled, juggling work, family, life, and still feeling like you're falling short and not measuring up, that there's never enough time for you, then this book will help. As high achieving women, we have this drive to do more, to be better, to prove ourselves. Whatever we do, it's never quite enough. Because on top of all this, most of us doubt our abilities and we worry that we're not enough. We go through life trying to support everyone else, and then when we burn out, we feel guilty for letting people down. Does that sound familiar? My belief, after working with many women across the globe, my belief is that most of us are amazing just as we are. We need someone to hold a mirror up to us to prove that to ourselves. And so that is why I wrote the Superwoman Survival Guide. In this book, you can master the art of self-belief, learn about some of the negative self-talk that holds you back, overcome your imposter syndrome, and master your mindset so that you can stay calm and composed amid the chaos. It'll help you understand your superpowers and how to use them, and gain the confidence to succeed as you are. Like Superwoman, our schedule can be busy. We're rushing around trying to respond to everybody else's emergencies, and often we find we're last on our own list. It's no wonder that overwhelm is so common. Life has changed and evolved for women, and with the opportunities that we've got over those years has come increased pressure and expectations, not least the ones we put upon ourselves. So we are encouraged to be career high flyers and we have ambitions in the workplace, but then we beat ourselves up if we can't be at the gates at 3 o'clock every day to pick up our kids, or vice versa. We don't get into work till 9 o'clock because we've been dropping the kids at school, and then feel guilty for missing the 8:30 meeting. We have multiple roles as women and we're expected to fulfill them all flawlessly. And often we're encouraged to be Superwoman, and when we don't make the mark, we beat ourselves up and feel like we're failing as a woman. And by doing this, we overlook all the amazing things we're achieving, the amazing things we're doing in the world. If we hold ourselves to an impossible standard, sadly we'll always fall short. Sometimes it's trying to be Superwoman that is actually our undoing. It can make us less productive. It can make us feel like we're achieving less than we actually are. When we let go of the need for things to be perfect, what we find is that life is exactly as it needs to be, and we are enough as we are. The overwhelm disappears, we find time for ourselves, and our schedule starts to align with our priorities. Be amazing, strive, have ambition, but make sure you're the driver of that, not guilt or some superwoman fantasy that we see in the movies. Be your own superwoman and know that she is imperfect yet still amazing. If we let go of trying to be perfect and trying to have it all, we might find that we actually already do and we actually already are. So instead of Superwoman, we become us. And no one is you. That is your power. So stop trying to be Superwoman, because you already are.